I was born in 1963, the summer of '63. I guess it must have been about 27 days before the March on Washington. I've just often thought about, what were my parents going through? What were they thinking about through all of the tumult, bringing their second child into the world with all of the hope that they would have had, all of the expectation that they would have had for this new kid that they're bringing into the world. By the time I got ready, or they got ready to send me to first grade, they made the choice to send me to Stella D. Campbell Elementary School, which was the school across town, which was more or less the white school. They wanted the best for my sister and me, and so we did this voluntary integration piece, and we went over. I was one of three African-American kids in a class of white students. And I don't know that at the time that I really recognized what was going on. I knew it was different, knew it was unique, but never had any real issues or real problems. As I think about '63, I think about '57, I think about the struggles of persons who went ahead of me. They opened doors in such a way that I could very easily, without incident, walk into a school, start my educational journey, focused on and thinking about only learning the ABCs and the count and the add. That was my focus. So for me, growing up there in Parkin, Arkansas, there were really no real struggles in terms of integrating the school, in terms of going to the school. No real issues, no real problems. Life in Parkin was an interesting place, though. It's a really kind of divided community. Folks who lived on one side of the tracks were African American, folks who lived on the other side of the tracks were white. And I happen to live just on the side of the tracks, on the white side of the tracks. We live just right on the side of, on a street called Wilhelm Street. That I really have these real vivid memories growing up as a kid in Parkin. I can remember sleeping on the floor a few times during my childhood in the hallway. And we would sleep on the floor because there would be these race disturbances, and there would be these concerns that persons would be, the Ku Klux Klan would be active in the community and be throwing, I think these things, Molotov cocktails. And in terms of race consciousness, it was always there. There was no epiphany for me to say, okay, I am black and, there are white folks. That divide was there from as early as I can recollect. My folks pushed us to challenge the status quo, though, and to be different, to be better. Is what's so important about my story, and Daisy Bates, and Martin Luther King, or Christopher Mercer, John Walker, or Sybil Hampton, or Laverne Bell Tolliver, or any folks that went ahead of me in the 50s and 60s and really who opened the doors. They opened doors so that ordinary, average, non-spectacular folks could have access to the American dream. Folks who were not, weren't born as child prodigies or the great gift of articulation or great gifts of athleticism or artistic expression. Were it not for those persons, a person like Barack Hussein Obama would not be president of the United States. A person like Logan Hampton would not be the chief student affairs officer at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock.